Super excited to announce that next Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we are going to we're going to hold a 2-hour workshop called Leaning Into Your Leadership Vision. So how exciting is that?
Woo! Yeah. And it's so it just hearing you say that, Tina, reminded me of like what is going to happen in this workshop.
Yeah.
That you and I, we had an individual vision and we were like, this is happening. We connected with each other and now it's happening. It's actually happening. So our vision for our vision workshop is becoming a reality. So that was a really cool like journey you just took me on. So
right.
Thank you, Tina.
Yeah, it's so exciting though, because when you called me and you started talking to me about it and you were kind of just talking about what you were thinking, it's the same thing with me because we both do similar work. We both work with teams and leaders, in the engagement and culture area, diversity and inclusion, all that kind of stuff, and just really helping people step fully into their leadership and just really step into their full power. And what's really, really exciting, not that the pandemic is exciting, but the exciting part of that is that we are in a time where possibility is infinite, right? Like we get to create whatever we get to create as we come out of this pandemic and move into whatever the future looks like. And so it's just been really, really cool and fun to just sit and we've had tons of jam sessions and talk sessions, just talking about what this is all going to look like. And it's awesome. It's coming together really great.
Yeah. And thank you. It's one of those things too, where, in a past version of me, I would have this idea, think it was great. And then all of a sudden it's a month later, a year later, and it's still just an idea that I think is great.
Yeah.
So I really love that you and I, because we know each other, we like each other, we love each other, we trust each other.
Yes.
Yeah. We made this happen super quick. And that's really kind of like the crux of what this workshop is about. So this is going to be an interactive workshop. We're not going to be on a webinar where you can't see each other. We're going to be in a Zoom platform like this, where everyone can mastermind and collaborate with each other. And Tina and I are just going to be your guides, guiding you into leaning into your leadership vision. Tina and I have been talking about how the future of work is already here.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but in January, I had no idea. This is how I work for the most part, but I had no idea all of my clients, my friends, and my family would be working in this kind of environment on Zoom, sending emails more often, FaceTiming with each other, and just really, really shifting the dynamic of work into our homes.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't see this coming, did you?
Well, I think we've been talking about it, right? Like I've been talking to teams and leaders and people about it for a long time. It's out there. The future of work as a name, as a concept, it's coming. It's always been this like thing that's in the future, right? It's we're preparing for the future of work, or it's this thing and the pandemic really literally brought it to our doorstep. Like it
delivered it, right?
Like right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So the purpose and the reason why Tina and I wanted to collaborate and bring this complimentary workshop to you, anyone is open to, joining us for this, is that we really saw an opportunity right now to activate and really lean in and create what you want. Because on the other side of that, the other side of the coin of that is just waiting around, waiting to see what happens,
letting someone else figure it out.
Yeah, waiting for someone else to tell you what's going to happen. And kind of, when you're in those holding patterns and when you're waiting, that's when the fear tends to escalate, the anxiety tends to escalate. And when you're in that holding pattern, you're not really creating or solving or being creative or resourceful. It makes it a little more challenging when you're in this let me wait and see what happens kind of mode, right, Tina?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'm hearing that, like, we're really, really hearing that. And I think what's been pulling on my heart is that we don't have the luxury to sit back and wait anymore. Like whether you're an individual that is a contributor, whether you are an individual that has a title, whether you own your company, whatever it is, whatever position we're in right here, right now, we don't have the luxury to sit back and wait anymore because the world is moving fast and it's going. And so what was really weighing on me is like, I was really hearing people like either being in a negative mindset about being mad about the pandemic and still like in grief and all this stuff. They're on this side of the coin that's not moving forward. And when you and I talked, it was really about creating something where we can help people really understand not only like what's happening today, but now, you know, within who knows how long, it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 3 or 4 months, but at some point those doors to those businesses are going to open back up. And we're all going to start coming back out of our houses and kind of integrating back into what it looks like. And I've heard things like, I can't wait till we go back to normal and just all these things. And guess what? There is no normal anymore. There's no normal. And hopefully there's never a new normal, because we get to create whatever it is that we want to create moving forward.
Yeah. And I love that, Tina, that, you know, the doors will be opening back up to your office, to your company at some point. Yet, do you want to wait around and see what that's going to be? Or do you want to participate and be a part of designing it, creating it, adding the value, adding your input, and adding to what it gets to be, rather than like being in this reactive, deep, you know, for all our sports fans watching, like playing defense. Like, let's get on the offense. Let's quarterback this, no matter. And I love how you highlighted this, Tina, no matter who you are in your organization. You don't need a title or a position to be a leader. Leadership is a quality. It's not a title. It's not a position. It is actually, you know, if you really want to get to, it's a soft skill. So we all have it. We all have it. We're all born with it. And it's more of, are we willing to tap into it or not?
Yeah.
And that's, go ahead, Tina.
I was just going to say, it's like so important right now. If for no other reason, you build a vision to use your voice as we move out of this, is that even just that alone is really important, because businesses are trying to figure it out too. Businesses are like, okay, we used to have all this overhead. We used to have all these people in the office. And now we're finding out that there's a certain percentage of this work that they don't need to be in this office. And of course, there's business benefits and stuff like that to that. So
absolutely,
if you're sitting at home today and you're like, I kind of like working from home sometimes, you know, maybe the future looks like you only are in the office 2 or 3 days a week, you know, whatever that is, but like you get to create that. That's the beauty of it. Don't wait for somebody else to create it. You get to create it. And we're going to show you how next Wednesday in this workshop of how to really start wrapping your mind around what that looks like and what that means, and some of the questions to ask yourself, and how to put that plan together and how to move forward with that with discipline and accountability. Super important.
And really the purpose of this workshop is so that you are actively creating, actively in your leadership, and actively in what's possible. So these 2 hours, we may go more than 2 hours. Like, that's my vision. I want to keep the space open as long as possible, because once, you know, and you'll feel it when you come to this workshop, once you get activated, once you're in this lane of like creation, solving, ideation, innovation, for some of you, you want to stay there. You want to keep collaborating. And what's really cool about this workshop is that you'll be working with other like-minded leaders, like people who are no longer waiting, people who are motivated, who are really in the mode of let's see what gets, or let's create what gets to happen. So with that, you know, we're going to guide you through the entire process. So this is a process. And then we're going to leave you with a plan of action to activate. So it's not like we're just going to like share a few things and then go off and like do it on your own. We're going to land the whole thing with you with an action plan, because as coaches, both Tina and I are leadership coaches. We know plans, you know, ideas, goals, those are great, yet they don't mean anything unless you implement and put them into action. Move forward with accountability and move forward with support. And that is 100% what's woven into this interactive workshop. So we cannot wait to see you on Wednesday, April 29th. This kicks off at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can sign up right now. The link is right here in this Facebook Live. And we have a whole lot of surprises that we're going to be sharing with you as well, because, you know, when Tina and I started talking, we were like, oh my gosh, we have so much to give, so much to offer, so much we want to share. And this is the work that we are hired to do right now. And we want to give it away right now For those of you who are tired of waiting, or those of you that are activated, you're in creation and possibility mode, and you want to amplify that with more people, a tribe, a community of leaders who you can find and share ideas, collaborate, bounce things off. So it's almost going to be like a brainstorming session or a think tank session where you're going to come out with real tangibles.
Yeah. I think as we talked about it, like we're meeting every day, right? And we start talking about it, and I'm getting more and more excited as we get closer to it, because we keep refining it and drilling it in. And we just got so much amazing content, and so confident that it's going to be an amazing 2 hours. So again, like Tiffany said, the link is in the chat. We're going to keep talking about it for the next week, and we cannot wait to see you there.
Yeah. And we highly invite you to invite your team, like to get the most value out of this time with us and with everyone else who shows up, all the other leaders showing up. Invite your team, because what gets unlocked in you, how much more powerful will it be when it gets unlocked in your entire team? Whether you're the leader of the team or not, invite your team. You will have such a unique experience to collaborate and to actually ideate and move things forward.
Yeah.
So we can't wait.
I know. Imagine when that time, we start opening up those doors again, and that time happens, and not only you have a plan for yourself and a vision for who you are and who you get to be and how you want to show up, but you've already done the work with the rest of your team. And now you have a team or an organizational plan as you start to move forward with that. So that's really what the whole like vision behind this workshop is to just prepare you for when those doors open back up.
Yeah. So you're not being this, like creating this when the doors open up.
Yeah,
you are creating this right now, because we're going to send you something in advance for everyone. As you register, we're going to send you this worksheet to start the work in advance, so that you start tapping into your leadership and into your vision, so that this all starts now, because there's no need to wait. The more you wait, the more it feels like it's impossible. The more it seems like this is the worst thing that's ever happened ever. And sure, it's not the best thing that's ever happened. It's not the best, but I'll tell you what, so much is coming out of this. And this is your time to tap into what's possible. So we cannot wait to see you on Wednesday afternoon, the 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, we'll see you there. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Sounds good. See ya.